Hey, I have a question for you. Do you make sure people are listening when you're talking? Few tips about that just after the panoramic intro. Welcome to the Day One Journey, episode 98. Chi-ching. Yes! Well, do you make sure people are listening when you are talking? If you remember last episode, we started speaking about that. The first tip about that was, if they ask a question, just not answering them. Yeah, not answering them. Let them fight for your words. Let them fight for your answer. If they ask something, they might be asking for many reasons, not necessarily to hear the real answer. Let them fight a little bit. Let them fight for your energy. Because remember, this is the No Routine series. And what is it all about? It is about not spending and wasting energy. It's about not doing that not so important stuff to make room, to make space, to give some energy for the other stuff that you really want to do. This is what the No Routine is about. This is the reason why we choose not to do things. So, last episode, as we say, why do we want to even speak when someone doesn't want to listen or doesn't even listen at all? Why do we want to spend our precious energy doing that? That's why we might want to make sure people are listening before we are talking or when we are talking. So the simple thing that we mentioned last episode was not answering so fast for their question. Let them ask again, and even again, even for the third time. Because when people want to hear your voice, when people want to hear your opinion, they will ask more than once. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Well, remember, this is the No Routine. It's all about saving energy for the stuff that we really, really want to do. And who wants to talk to someone that doesn't want to listen to you? Or is not listening to you? Either way, that was last episode. Today's tip and insights will be regarding people asking you questions. You see, many times people ask our questions and they don't want the real answer. Sounds funny? I'll give you some examples. You might agree, when you meet someone, yes, like here in the morning at the park, someone would ask me, will say to me, "Hi Marcus, how are you?" Does he really want to know how am I? He might ask me how things is going. So he's asking a question, but does he really want an answer? Probably not. He just wants to be polite, right? So he's asked this question and he just wants to be polite. So for me, in the past, I might have made the mistake to really answer these people. They would ask me, "How was your day?" So I really tell them, "How was my day?" But then I thought about it, were they really listening? But even before that, were they really asking this question? Think about it for a second. We ask many questions and we are being asked many questions throughout the day. Do you really want an answer? Do most people want a real answer when they ask a question? So we have one reason, right? Sometimes they just ask to be polite. That's certainly okay. But here, we want to notice that. So we won't spend our precious energy answering when people are not really listening. When people don't really want the real answer, So one, Yeah. One option, they ask to be polite. People want to be polite. That's why they ask. Makes sense. Second reason, do you have any idea why people might ask questions and not really want a real answer? They might want to hear what they want to hear, you know? Maybe your grandma will ask you, how was the apple pie? Yeah? Or your girlfriend might ask you, how's the new dress? Maybe they want some reassurance. That makes sense. People want reassurance. This is sometimes why we are there, for them, as friends. We want to push them a little bit. So sometimes they ask for our opinion, but they want some reassurance. So we, as a good communicator, we want to understand that. And on top of that, we want also to save energy. Not expressing our opinions if someone is not really asking for our opinions. So they might ask something to hear what they want to hear. We want to be able to read that, recognize it, and act correspondingly. It acts as a response to that, and sometimes really give them what they want to hear. Makes sense or makes sense? Just before we end this episode, I offer for you 2 other ideas why people might ask you questions. Do you have any idea? Sometimes it's pretty simple. They have nothing else to say. You think about it. You have some social gathering, social event. People ask questions to be polite, but then they can ask questions when they just want to get the conversation going, you know? Many people, many times it happened to me. I'll ask a question just to fill the void, you know? A little bit afraid from the silence. I might ask you a question in this video just to fill out the void. People do that. We want to recognize that, because sometimes they will ask a question just to stir up things and fill up the void, but they don't really want an answer. So this is what this episode is about. Understanding when people ask us questions, to be able to understand if they really want an answer. So it could be for many reasons. It might be because they want to be polite, they might want what they want to hear, or they might have nothing else to say and they want to fill the void. Or any other option. Next episode, we'll dive into how to recognize when they want a real answer, and what do we do then to save precious energy as well, because this is the no routine episodes still. So we're a little bit out of time, so back to you. I have an interesting assignment for you for the day. And remember, today's episode is about saving energy. It's part of the no routine. No routine is not doing the not so much important stuff to make room, to make space, to give energy to the stuff that we really want to do. We don't want here in the no routine to catch ourselves talking too much to people that don't want to listen. So we want to know, when they ask a question, do they really want an answer? So back to you next time. Probably today, when someone asks you a question, think about it. Are they just being polite? Maybe they want to hear what they want to hear, so give them some reassurance. Or maybe they just fill the void to have some conversation going. So help them with the conversation. Raise the level of awareness. Next time when someone asks you a question, think for yourself. What do they try to do? Being polite, fill the void, want to hear what they want to hear, and be a good communicator. Give them what they want. Maybe it's not the real answer to what they were asking. So do this till tomorrow. Do this, of course, today. And of course, have an amazing day one. See you tomorrow.